Good morning everybody and welcome to my Easter Monday golf drills in the garden. I hope for those of you who tuned in to my Masters link last night that you enjoyed Masters Sunday watching the 2011 Masters, which I thought was an absolute classic, with Schwartzel coming through to win. Some fantastic viewing, so that was a little bit of fun for some of you. So today now we're back to my man cave, and I thought as it's a bit chilly outside today, maybe some of you would like to stay in on the carpet and do a bit of warm putting practice. So today I'd like to give you two fundamentals in your setup and one or two things in your putting stroke to help you to guarantee the two key things of hitting consistently straight putts. Firstly, to have a path of putting stroke which is down the target line, and secondly to make sure that the face of the putter stays square to that target line to hit straight putts. It's as simple as that. So let's look at a couple of key fundamentals first in the setup position. First of all, I'd like you to consider your putting grip. And one key thing that people don't always consider is how you hold the putter handle in your left hand. If you're a conventional left hand above a right putter, then lots of people grip it the same way as they normally would with their golf swing. And if you sit the putter lower down in your fingers, it can create more angle here, and it can create more natural rotation of the hands, which we don't want in putting because we don't want the putter face opening and closing. So you'll notice that lots of the guys on tour, when they hold the putter in their left hand, they run the club very, very high through the palm of the hand. So it comes way up here instead of down in the fingers. And that actually even leaves a gap in the back of the hand here. It's just my fingertips on the side, but that very much puts the left wrist in a naturally higher position, and it stops the wrist breaking down as easily. And actually, if it does break down, it tends to break down more towards the target, keeping the putter face square as opposed to rotating and twisting it left. So give it a go. If you don't do it already, really feeling it's high up in the very high in the palm of the left hand, giving you that naturally higher position. If you putt with the hands the other way round, actually you'll probably find that you are a bit higher in the palm there, but if you're not, just give it a feel, and it gets this left wrist in a very solid position. So that's going to help to stop the putter face twisting through impact. The second key thing in setup is all about upper body alignment. And when most people focus on their alignment, they tend to check their feet, but we really want to make sure that our shoulders and forearms are parallel to our lower body, because when we rock our shoulders in putting, the path of the putter is going to be very determined by the alignment of the shoulders. So I like to stand up straight and check that my chest is parallel to my feet, and very much that my forearms are parallel to my feet, that I'm not getting my forearms this way, which lots of people do. And some of you might have to feel as if this forearm is higher and that the right shoulder and elbow are very soft and tucked away to stop you getting this type of position. You can even ask somebody to hold a stick or a shaft across your forearms there, horizontal to the ground, and check that they are in that position that's parallel to your feet. And then when you start to rock your shoulders, you'll see that the natural path of the putter head is very much down the target line. So those are two key setup fundamentals to really keep your putting stroke as simple as possible. Now, the first thing that I want to talk about in the actual stroke, dead simple but incredibly effective. I want you to absolutely make sure that when you swing through on every putting stroke you make, that you swing through, hold the follow through position for at least 3 or 4 seconds, and start to get a feeling that the momentum has taken you beyond the ball to the end of the stroke. So many people hit and stop, or swing through and recoil back. I want you to swing back, through, and hold the finish. And this is going to start to build up acceleration so that the fastest part of the stroke is beyond the ball, and that acceleration will keep the putter head stable and again stop the putter face twisting offline through the impact area. Now, at first, just like I talked about earlier on last week with short distance putting, you might find that you hit the ball too far when you first do this. Do not shorten your follow through. just start to make a more controlled length of backswing. So you end up with a backswing and follow through where the backswing is definitely no longer than the back follow through, and possibly the backswing even shorter than the follow through, but you're building up momentum and holding the finish to get used to this new tempo which creates acceleration. When you're doing that, just make sure that you're controlled in the backswing, long in the follow through. If your backswing's too long, you're going to have to, and you can't control it, you're going to have to just slow it down, slow the tempo down of the backswing until you're able to control how far back you take that putter head before you swing through and hold the finish. I also don't want you practicing like this, backwards and forwards, because if you think about it, when you're doing this, you're actually practicing the backswing from this position, and it's therefore a longer move. Whereas if you start from the correct static position, you're having to learn to make that much more controlled length of backswing rather than starting it from all the way over here. So start from the static point, control the length of the backswing, swing through and hold the finish. Okay, so once you're doing that, you've got the grip correct, you've got your body parallel, you're creating a tempo with a shorter backswing to a longer follow through, which is creating stability. What you can do now, just as a nice drill, is to set up two parallel lines. That's going to help you to check your upper body's parallel to your feet to get your body alignment correct. But when you're swinging between these parallel lines, I do not want you to worry too much about the backswing path at the moment. What I want you to do is when you swing through and hold your follow through position, you're looking to see where the putter head is in relation to your parallel lines. Firstly, the path of the stroke. You don't want the putter head visibly going outside or inside the two sticks. So if you've really got parallel alignment you're swinging through, the putter head should pretty much stay within the two sticks. It might get very slightly closer to the inside stick as the club follows its natural arc, but it certainly won't be over the shaft or vice versa over the shaft here. It'll just get very, very gradually closer to the inside stick. The second thing you can do is see, if you've held that follow through position for 3 or 4 seconds, where the angle of the face is. So don't follow it, keep your eyes still until after the stroke. Once you finish the stroke, you can move your eyes, and again the putter face should be just the tiniest bit left of target, but only by 5 degrees at the most. You certainly shouldn't see the putter face twisting into 30 or 40 degree angles like this, or being held into an open position here, because if it is, it means your hands are working independently to manipulate the club face rather than shoulders, arms, hands and putter head working together to just let that putter face follow that very gradual arc. So some very simple basics that will really help you to build and check that you've got a lovely solid stroke without any twisting of the putter. So give it a go and let me know how it goes, and we'll see you tomorrow.